Good evening. My name is Carlos, and tonight I'm going to be presenting to you a little bit of a name numerology as it is applied to Antares, which is the brightest star in the Scorpius constellation. Now, the Scorpius constellation has its own soul's urge, outer expression, and full name number, which I'll go over briefly. Basically, there are three vowels inside of Scorpius: U, O, and I. Their equivalent values are 3, 6, and 9, which reduces the reduced total is 9. Scorpius's outer expression is a list of consonants and their reduced total. The consonants are S, C, R, P, S, and they're reduced to 3. Now, lastly, the full name number for this constellation one can arrive at this number by adding 21 and 9, which makes 30. So once again, the full name number is 3. And of note, there are 2 complete arrows associated with this name, as well as 5 partial arrows. Now, I will only be addressing the 2 complete ones, which are the arrow of the intellect and the arrow of hypersensitivity. Basically, the arrow of the intellect is like it sounds. It combines 3 numbers, the 3, 6, and 9, which were present inside of the vowels. And basically, the arrow of the intellect combines the 3, which is able to weave details as well as wisdom into one whole, as well as the 9, which reveals a person's ambition as well as their idealism. And that is one of the characteristics of Scorpio, she is very idealistic. And because I have a fair number of Scorpios in my life, or what I call Scorpions, that's IENS, I'm pretty idealistic myself, and hopefully that'll be well conveyed inside these videos. Now, in more depth is Antares, which means the rival of Aries. So for Antares, the soul's urge is 7, which resides on the physical plane, and 7's main gift is a strong desire to teach. The major downside, at least at first, is a reluctance to be taught. But Scorpio, being the sign of the phoenix, is able to rise above that weakness. And by doing that, Scorpio learned how to bypass that weakness and to learn from it and to share that wisdom with others. Now, furthermore, the outer expression, which is once again a list of the consonants, which are S, T, N, and R, creates a total of 17, and that reduces down to 8. And 8 is on the spiritual, emotional plane. This makes sense given that Scorpio is a water sign. The main advantage of the 8 is a strong desire to cultivate an individualized mind. And the main downside is learning how to stay true to oneself and work with those who feel the need to quell individuality. Now, the full name number for Antares is 6. And there are also 2 arrows present in this name. One is a diagonal, which includes 1, 5, and 9. That's the arrow of determination. And the other arrows are only partial arrows. One of those would be the 2 gaps in the top row. So that partial arrow, if it wasn't for the 9 in the top right, then we would be dealing with the arrow of poor memory, which is the exact opposite of Scorpius. But luckily there is the 9, so that arrow isn't present. And because of all the letters involved in both the names, the emphasis would be placed on the arrow of the intellect, which is one of the strong suits of Scorpio, is being able to play those mind games. And unfortunately, that's also Scorpio's downside, is playing too many mind games. So hopefully, for all those watching this video, you have tapped into the wisdom of Scorpio and learn when not to play those mind games and when it is a good idea to manipulate and so on. And basically, that is the charm of Scorpio, is the complexity of this sign. And one of my favorite metaphors in regards to Scorpio is the well. And the well contains water, and it also grants access to water. And thanks to water, there's emotional resiliency in this sign. Scorpio has great depth as well as psychic abilities. And that's due in part to the influence of the name. So hopefully you have learned something from this video, and I look forward to hearing your comments, and I hope this day finds you well. But most importantly, I hope the light that shines down from the heavens lights up your and our virtuous cycles. Thank you.